Hello everyone. Today I did a kind of dramatic smoky eye for brown eyes using purple tones, and I chose to do some jewel tones. I think that those colors really stand out on brown eyes. I mean, us brown-eyed girls can pretty much pull off any eyeshadow color, so that's a bonus of having brown eyes. But I really feel like purple really brings out the brown. It makes my brown look a lot more intense. I'm using the Urban Decay Vice palette because I kind of neglected it and I haven't been using it as much as I'd like to, and it's a fantastic product. If you want to see a detailed review on the palette, my thoughts and reviews of each of the shades in there, I put a link somewhere up here around my head so you can just click on it and it'll take you to that video. So we're going to be using most of the purple shades in this palette. They're going to be pretty much the first three shades in the third row with a little bit of this kind of matte ivory shade for highlighting. We're also going to be working with that Provocateur, which if you watch my review, it's not my favorite color because it's very crumbly, it's very powdery, it goes everywhere, but I'm using it with Fix Plus and I'm creating kind of like a wet paste, that, if you will, for the inner corner, and it just adds a nice little spark of glitter there, which I love. If you don't want to have to invest the money in this palette because it is a little bit pricey, you can use the Wet n Wild Petal Pusher, which is has a bunch of different purple tones. You'll get something similar, but not quite as jewel tone with like the purple shades. You can probably use maybe this blue purplish. Kind of comes off as a periwinkle shade that you can use on the lid to substitute the color I'm using. Also, what will help is using a purple base as your starting point before applying eyeshadow. This will make any sort of purple shade stand out and make it brighter, make it pop. So if you use the color icon from Wet n Wild, make sure you pick up the Purple Velvet Jumbo Pencil from NYX, or like I said in the video, another substitute would be the 24/7 pencil from Urban Decay and Ransom. I think it's a pretty good substitute, and it's purple. Anything purple would work. So I hope that you guys will enjoy this look. This is what it looks like completed. I did use tape, so you're going to need just some cheapo Scotch tape to create this line, or some straight edge. And that's pretty much it. So I hope that you guys will enjoy this video, and if you want to see how to do this look, then keep watching. Okay, starting with your colored purple eyeliner of your choice, you can use the Urban Decay Ransom eyeliner pencil. Those are the 24/7 ones, or you can use the NYX Jumbo eyeshadow pencil or eye pencil in Purple Velvet, which is what I'm going to use today. So basically, you just want to apply this at the lash line. Kind of just scribble it on. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to blend this out with our finger. So taking any finger and blend this color. You don't want to pull it too far into the inner corner because we want this to be a little bit lighter, but you want to make sure that basically from here on out it is covered with the purple liner and staying below the crease as well. Then taking that same purple, you want to run that right at the base of the lower lash line. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to use our fingers to smudge this out. And this is just going to create a nice purple base to make those purple shadows stand out and more of a jewel tone effect, which is what I really like for brown eyes. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Urban Decay Duo brush that came with the Urban Decay Vice palette. And the colors that I'm going to be using are the purple shades in the palette, and it's going to be Rapture and Vice. I'm going to start off with those shades, and it's these two here. So basically it's the third row, the second and third shade. So taking that really small brush, we're going to mix those two shades together. And then we're just going to pat this on over the purple, making sure that the base of where your lashes are is also covered. Because sometimes if you don't apply enough close to the lash line, like the colored cream shadow or base that you use, you can kind of see a little bit of your skin poking through. So you don't really want that to happen. So you want to make sure that it's nice and packed on. You can swipe afterwards, but initially when you're putting the color on, make sure that you're packing on the color. Then I'm going to take my Real Techniques base shadow brush and I'm going to go around the edges of the purple just to soften that a bit. I'm going to take a detailer brush, any small one that you can use for your lower lash line. Take the same mixture of those two shadows again, and we're going to apply this to the lower lashes. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're doing concealer at the very end, which is going to help clean up any fallout, because some of these shades have some fallout there. And just make sure that they connect right on this outer corner as well. For my highlight shade, we're going to move to that next. I'm going to use the color Anonymous, which is the only creamy ivory matte shade. And it's the third color on the very last row. Taking that on a Sigma E30 brush, popping that into the inner corner of the eye, and then swooping it up as well. Right in this inner pocket here. And then I'm going to take that same color and go underneath my eyebrow. And then I'm just going to blend this together here. Just basically this whole general space here. Then we're going to switch to the base shadow brush again. Make sure you wipe it off, and I'm going to go in with the color Laced, which is the other matte shade in the palette. It's the very last color in the fourth row. Tapping off the excess, and I'm going to put this in my crease. And I love this eyeshadow brush because it helps add some color to the crease, but at the same time it softens and diffuses it out, so it's not so of a noticeable packed on color. It's a very light, almost as if you were like contouring that area. It just adds a little bit of some depth and dimension to that area. And then I just kind of pull it up a little bit to blend it into that Anonymous shade. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to use some tape just to create a little bit of a kind of wing shape with my eyeshadow. So take any just clear tape and put it in the back of your hand a couple times and then peel it off so that it's not quite as sticky. And it also helps if you don't use your concealer, because it can lift off the concealer a little bit. So take that and just apply it right on the corner of your eye, where it kind of comes from the lower lash line almost up to your brow, and just make sure that it's kind of taped on there. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's just going to be for a quick second. Take the same brush that we used earlier and mix those two Rapture and Anonymous shades and just kind of press that right into this corner here. It's going to create just a soft cat eye effect with the eyeshadow, like so. And this helps catch fallout as well. And then what you want to do is take a really small kind of crease brush, and I'm going to go in with the color Black Market, which is the last shade in the second row, which is a nice kind of shimmery black. A little bit of that, and then just kind of push that into this outer corner here. Like so. Just to kind of deepen this up a little bit. You can take your same base shadow brush that you used earlier and kind of go around the edges of that. And then you can pull your tape off, and it creates a nice crisp line at the very edge, and we're going to clean up like I said. Then taking a smaller detailer brush than what we used earlier, taking that same Black Market color and running that on the lower lash line as well, just so that it kind of connects from the outer corner of the eye to the lower lash line. And just blending it out with your finger works as well too. And then one of my very favorite parts of this look is the nice kind of pop of like glittery color in the inner corner. So I'm going to take my MAC Fix Plus, and I'm going to take the Pixel Point eyeliner brush from Real Techniques and just spray the brush a little bit, tapping off any excess. And we're going to go in with the color Provocateur, which is the very first shade in the third row, which is a very kind of sparkly pinky purple color. And the point of using it wet is that this is really the only way that I feel like this eyeshadow color works, because it is very chunky and it has lots of fallout. So take a little bit of that on the tip of the brush and just kind of trace this inner part of the eye. And you can put as much or as little as you want and just kind of overlap that anonymous shade that we used earlier and kind of pull it so it blends into that purple. And then you can just take your finger and kind of look up a little bit and blend it as well. Just be careful you don't get this color in your eye. So that is pretty much it from the eyeshadow. Now we just need to tightline with some black eyeliner. Use your favorite black eyeliner that you have. And we're going to apply this to the upper waterlines. And also to the lower waterline as well. Okay, so next I'm going to apply some black gel liner, and I'm using the one from Maybelline. It's the Blackest Black. I love this gel liner, and I'm just going to use a really small angled eyeliner brush that works for my eye shape. And I'm going to apply this fairly thick on the upper lash line. So now it's time to kind of clean this up and apply some mascara. I'm going to be using my Maybelline Eraser Dark Circle concealer. And I'm just going to apply quite a bit of this to help cover up my dark circles. And I'm also going to bring it right underneath this wing part. And I like to use this concealer because it has a nice sponge tip that I can really get right into this outer corner right here. I'm going to blend that in with my Sigma F86 tapered kabuki brush. It's the perfect brush for eye concealer. Okay, so for mascara, I'm going to be using my Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. This is just a sample that I got from the Sephora Holiday Makeup or Mascara Kit. So I'm going to put 2 generous coatings of this on my upper lashes and a little bit on my lower lash line as well. And then I'll be back to show you the completed look. Alright, so the eyes are done, and so we just need to do some blush and some lip product. For my blush, I'm going to use my go-to blush that I use all the time. And you're probably sick of hearing it, but it's the Tarte 12 Hour Amazonian Clay in Peaceful. It's a nice peach tone with a little bit of a golden sheen. And I like this color because I feel like it doesn't really compete with the eyes. And I'm going to just apply that to the apples of my cheek and kind of blend up towards my hairline. And it's just the perfect kind of peach glow that it gives the skin. And I'm using the Real Techniques Multitask brush, which is my absolute favorite brush for blush and also powder products, like my powder foundation and stuff. So just applying some of this. Now for my lips, I already had the combo on my lips. I had the Mocha Muse on while I was filming the tutorial, which is from the Maybelline Color Whispers, and it's just a kind of soft, natural peach undertone. And then what I did was I used this lipstick from MAC, and it's a luster finish, and I believe it's called Nuovo. I don't know if it'll focus my camera, but Nuovo, if that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure. I've had this for ages, and it's basically kind of like a shimmery, I don't know. It has a little bit of a slight pinky tone to it, but it's very, very sheer. Almost comes off as the lightest pinky gloss that you could find. So I layered the two together, and I will put some over so you can see that's the swatch with both of them together. So it just adds a little bit of extra something to my lips, but not something that's going to be, I guess, too loud, that's going to take the focus away from the eyes, since the eyes are so dramatic today. And that is pretty much it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you want to see me do some tutorials for different color eyes besides brown, let me know. I know that I don't have those color eyes, but I can show you the technique and the colors so you can get an idea, and then you can try it on yourself. So if you are interested, let me know what eye colors you'd like me to see, or if you just want me to do them all, and I can put it on my list of to do. So anyways, yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I also put the link to my Twitter, so if you want to send me a tweet or show me pictures if you recreate this look, I would love to see them. So thanks again for joining me for this look, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.